Okay, this one is super powerful, so it may go longer than the 2 or 3 minutes. But memory techniques is what it's all about. Okay, now when you're studying, you don't want to waste, as I said, those incorrect and those correct responses that I put up. Even if there's not one of those, then that means it doesn't need one, and the correct answer is highlighted. Say the key part of the answer and say the key part of the question. So you would say, the lift formula is boom, and say it out loud. Now the next one is say it out loud, say it out loud, say it out loud. Converting information to speech or to writing or to an acronym or to a summary or to a mind map. When you convert information to something else in another form, that's how you commit it to memory. Okay, so the quickest and fastest way to do that is saying it out loud. Okay, and when you say it out loud, use repetition. Now, sometimes you can't say it out loud because maybe you're in a room and you've got to be quiet, or you're on the train and you don't want to look strange, or whatever. You can mutter. Okay, what muttering means is still convert it to speech, but just don't project the volume. So you'd go, instead of saying say it out loud, say it out loud, say it out loud, you just go say it out loud, say it out loud, say it out loud. Okay, like that. Now, it's important that you use the muscles as well. Don't just don't do that, okay? Now, next study technique is practice exams. Guys, practice exams, this is why we use them, okay? They always, no matter who does the study, they always come out in the number 1 or the number 2 position for the best study techniques known to man. The other one is the last video, which is distribute, okay? Always in the top 1 or top 2 or maybe in the top 3, but always right up there. So use them. Now the next one is forced memorization. What that means is, remember I said you've got to have a strong intent to remember? Forced memorization is you coming and studying the way I teach you to, knowing that you're going to go back and do a post-test. You have a reason to remember, not only because of those other reasons we told you, because you want to be an A380 pilot or whatever. You have a reason to remember this when you're studying, because you know in 15 minutes time when you do your post-study test, you're going to be tested. Okay? It's a really powerful memory technique, knowing that you have to read this because you're going to be examined. Ask yourself questions, okay? So read a piece of information and go, right, what would they ask me in the exam? I'm skipping down to another one here, okay? Create questions that they might ask you about. So what would they ask me? Okay, they might ask me, which one is best? Which one is best? Best climb rate or best climb angle? Okay, which one is best for getting over a mountain? Okay, well that one's not going to be good because I'm going to crash into the mountain. That one there is going to be best. So best climb angle would be best for getting over the mountain. See, creating those, using the models, combining things, saying it out loud as I'm doing it, that's how you commit stuff to memory. Okay, the next thing is try and explain it to yourself. Okay, so let me try and explain best climb rate versus best climb angle. Right, I'm not going to do it for you now, but if you do that, you can explain it, especially if you're using a model or something else, or explaining it to someone, then you're going to be able to commit it to memory. Okay, summarize. If you don't have time to summarize, then just I've got scrap bits of paper everywhere. Okay, have scrap bits of paper and just scribble. Just write roughly. You don't even have to be able to read it yourself later. Just scribble, like actual writing though. And that will help you remember. Okay, it's even better if you can write it properly and write yourself a summary. Create acronyms or create mnemonics. Okay, so mnemonics are things like how you remember trigonometry. With some old mothers can't always remember their old age, right? So I was taught that, I think, in year 8 or 9, and we had to say it like 50 times until we remembered it, and I've never forgotten it. I'm 45 now and I still remember it. Okay, so create mnemonics whenever you can, or create acronyms, like your first aid type acronyms, and we've got lots of acronyms in these subjects as well. And create mind maps. So mind maps are just where you create little, imagine if I said to you, here's 50 bits of information, put them in folders. I want you to put them in 5 folders. Okay? And you go, oh man, and which one will this go in? Just pick the best one and put it in there. A mind map is just a picture like that. So you put your big circle, your topic, which might be aerodynamic forces. Lift, everything to do with lift would go in there. Everything to do with drag would go in there. Okay? Everything to do with total reaction would go in there. Everything to do with thrust would go in there. Okay? Get the picture? So you just combine this whole topic into, say, 5 bubbles of information. So they're the memory techniques. You can Google search how to do each one of those. I've got other videos on my YouTube channel of each one of those. And it's even better if you combine them. Like I said, use the model while you say it out loud, while you explain it to yourself or someone else. Use video as well. Video yourself explaining something and play it back to yourself, and you'll go straight away, you'll go, that doesn't make sense. Or you left out this, you left out that. That would be better if you said that. And that's a massively powerful memory technique.